What if it took 101 yards? Because that's what it's going to take
Then I would do
Saquon Barkley to beat Eric Dickerson's record on the ground. See, okay, so what did Saquon rush for yesterday? Sunday was something close to 200.
Yep, he had a good one.
Against the Cowboys. But again, Monse, mind you, this was a game in which the Eagles won 41-7. In a game in which the Eagles were playing a man named Tanner McKee. Have you heard of Tanner McKee?
No,
I don't blame you because he was the emergency quarterback for Philadelphia 2 weeks ago. Jalen Hurts got a concussion and Kenny Pickett hurt his ribs. Enter Tanner McKee.
I thought he was a rookie, and then I misspoke, and he was a 6th-round pick from 2023. That's how much I was like, this got to be a rookie, right? Nope, not at all. But it was his first snap. Like, that game was his first NFL snap.
Well, congrats to him. Big win in the first
snap. He
snap.
threw a touchdown pass to Devontae Smith, and he was on my bench, so I was very upset.
Well, sometimes it's the way it goes. I just watched Isaac Guerrero run right past Deebo Samuel in my scoring as Deebo was in the starting lineup. But nobody cares about the brutal second year in a row I finished second in my fantasy league for $5,000 potential dollars.
What? What's the buy-in?
Like $250. There's like 17 people in the league.
Oh, okay.
Right, back to back.
I apologize.
Second place finishes.
Hey, but you made money.
I did.
Okay, there you go.
But
congratulations.
It doesn't feel like it. It feels like I lost.
It feels like you lost. You're upset.
I get it.
Yeah,
exactly. So I wonder if that's what Saquon Barkley will feel if he doesn't break this record. Because
he had 167, by the way.
167.
31 carries, 167.
31 carries.
Which was a career high. Or not a career high, a season high.
It was a season high with 31 carries in a game they nearly won by 31 points.
Correct.
Okay? So the Eagles have the Giants, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The Eagles have the Giants,
yeah,
who have been, I'd say, atrocious, but I have to just take a little bit of, like, one piece of trash off of the trash pile that the Giants have been, just, like, one piece right off the
because they won last week.
Because they won last week. Garbage! And now I have the Indianapolis Colts in a tailspin. We'll talk about that in about an hour from now.
Yes, we will.
But the Eagles are now kind of split on this. Before we dive into it, Jordan Mailata saying he got 2,000. It was Lane Johnson saying he got 2,000. That's enough. And Jordan Mailata saying, well, we should push for the record. The only problem is those guys play on the same offensive line. So to borrow Monty's take from about 20 minutes ago, different pages.
They're not on the same page.
They're not on the same page. What page are you on?
This one, I'm thinking me, Montserrat Bolanos. Would I want to break a record if I could? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm saying go for it.
But would you want to break a record knowing it would put you at risk? Like, the best way to describe this is if, no, I got you. You can either set the record for kills in a game, right, or kills in a season, or...
I like how he's using volleyball.
Yeah, because I know you're a volleyball player. So you can set the record for kills in a season, and you risk, injury or soreness or a work shift that comes up on Championship Sunday for volleyball, or you're guaranteed that work shift's not coming up.
Okay, let's switch it because I would not get kills
at all.
But let's say Diggs.
There
I would break the record for Diggs because kills, man, I would. If I could get 3 kills in a game, that'd be awesome.
I know about 4 volleyball words.
That's pretty good.
So.
I'm too kills are the tall girls sitting out in the front. Diggs is what I'm doing in the back. Yes, that mentality though. That's with everything in life, right? Like. There's always a risk. And I know that they have a whole season ahead of them. And so, as selfish as it sounds, I know there's risk involved. I would still go for it. I would still try to do it. And it seems selfish, right? Because especially with the Eagles, who are in a position to go far, to maybe come out of the NFC and maybe make it to the Super Bowl, as you said earlier in the show, because Martin and I have been here for already, this is our 3rd hour, that you don't see like a definitive team that stands out in the NFC, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know. And so, yes, there is risk, and it sounds selfish because you're playing for the Eagles and you're not playing for... the Falcons or something who are, fighting, but not really. They are fighting, but we know they're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. And so it's selfish, but I would try and break it.
So for the record.
Like I was for Christian McCaffrey trying to break the most touchdowns, consecutive touchdowns in a game.
Sure.
I was for that.
So my thing is this.
Go for it.
Individually, if I was in Saquon's position, I would unequivocally, let me be clear, I would want to do it.
Yes.
If I was in Nick Sirianni's position, now I got a different conversation about it.
Fair.
I'm not sure. My quarterback took a week to clear protocol. Most of the time you hear guys taking protocol, they'll be like, they'll clear. Maybe they'll clear too late to play, but it took him a full week to clear concussion protocol. Even at his best, Jalen Hurts, even at his best, Saquon Barkley's running the ball. That's the engine of my offense. It's 101 yards.
Right. It's not 37.
It's not like it's 10. It's not like it's 17. Right? It's not. There's no reasonable expectation that he would achieve this in anything less than a full game workload.
Yeah.
There's no reasonable, so you can say, okay, maybe he rips off a 50-yard carry. Okay, well, you still got to have like 7 more probably to get to 100, right? To get to the 101.
Mm-hmm.
I think going for it really could put you in a weird spot. Because here's the thing, Monty. What if you don't get it? What if you go for it, you don't get it, and the trifecta, he sprains an ankle? Like, not so bad that nothing catastrophic, but something where he's just a little nicked up. And you don't have a bye coming up because you are locked in. Minnesota and Detroit are battling for the 1 or the 5. You are static. You can maybe I don't know exactly what the seeding is. They can't fall lower than 3, right? So it's 2 or 3. That's a tough decision to make, and it's one that if I was the head coach of the team, I'd probably say you got the first half to get it, and if you don't get it in the first half, you come and sit next to me, Cam Ward style.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, I guess 100 yards for him in the first half is not that's going to take effort. That's going to take a lot of effort.
Sure.
Right? And so if you're going to look at it like that, what you're saying is not wrong. But again, it's just like you said, if you were Saquon, like I said, if it was me, we would do it. That's a selfish decision. Team decision is to not do it, to be safe. I get that. But it's like, I don't know. I don't want to live like that.
So I think there's two. I don't know if that is the ultimate team decision, though. That's from us sitting here on TV, or on radio. Dan Campbell said, listen, I don't give a damn. The game is played on the moon. We're playing everybody we got.
Yeah.
Right? So, that's why I say Sirianni's in a tough spot. Because if you sit them and you don't get it, that offensive line takes pride in the fact that they just blocked for a 2,000-yard rusher. Some of the guys working around like Rich Orenberg and all that, they take pride in the guys they blocked for.
Right.
Why? Because that's their influence on the game. Right? It's like, no. I didn't give up a sack the whole year. That type of thing. No. I blocked for a 2,000-yard rusher. Then you can say, I blocked for the NFL single-season rushing leader. Then, and the other thing, too, Saquon had an opportunity, not necessarily to break this, but I forget what week it was, maybe 8 or 9, but there was a NFL mic'd up of Sirianni going to Saquon saying, hey, you're short of you're just short of,
your career high.
Your career high. That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
You want to go back out there? Saquon said you have to let the young boys play. So I think Saquon, honestly, and I don't think, I think genuinely would say, it's up to you. It's up to you guys.
Right.
What they want to do. But I think everybody would want him to do it, but it's clearly split because you got some of the offensive linemen thinking two things. It's a good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless.
I agree with you. And adding to what you said, though, if you're going to let him do it, you can't tell him you have the first half to do it. Because what if in the first half he gets 95? No, it's either he's going for it or he's not. You can't say, I'm only going to let you play this first half, so you better do it in the first half.
Maybe they're just trying to split the baby, right?
Yeah.
But I just...
And you make a good point. What if he doesn't do it, right? So what if he doesn't? Is that going to be the topic of conversation after the game? You went in there, you played, and you didn't do it.
And he's hit over 101 yards in 11 games this season.
Mm-hmm.
So you could look at it that way, or you could look at it like he hasn't hit over 101 yards in 6 of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
But it's the Giants.
Or 7.
But like you said, the Giants, they seem to have pride that we weren't aware of because they had the number 1 pick in last week or this past week, and they said, we don't care about that. We want to win.
Well, I think deeper than that, you got guys who are
Playing for...
If there's a number 1 pick coming, then
Yeah.
one of the people here ain't going to be here, right?
Exactly. So they're playing for themselves.
It's a big job interview.
It is a big job interview. Something that I came across, Elliot Shore Parks. This is an Eagles reporter. He mentioned this because a lot of people are like, Saquon would do it in 17 games. It wouldn't mean as much. He pointed out, in case you missed this, so Dickerson set the single rushing record in 379 attempts. Saquon is currently at 345 attempts.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that the 17 game,
No.
You still think if he breaks it, he broke it? Or
Yes. Stop it.
Stop. But I like this.
But it's like being mad at LeBron because he's got the all-time scoring record because he shot threes. And, saying like other guys didn't in the past.
You.
Like
No,
the
I'm with
game
you.
has changed.
The game has changed. I'm with you. It counts. I just thought this was for that crowd. It's like, that's a good point that he would have 32 attempts to do it in technically fewer attempts than Eric Dickerson, who, by the way, has said, I don't want him to break my record.
Which is
the right answer. Yes, that is the right answer.
If I had a record of any kind, I would like it to stand as long as possible.
Absolutely.
Now, we don't have to worry about that.
Because you don't have any record.
Exactly. But if I did, I'd want it to stand.
Let's get you a record, Martin. I don't know what it could be, but let's get you a record.
Guinness Book of World. Hey, somebody from Guinness called me.
Let's see
and
what we can
generally,
get
it's
you.
the beer, not the beer.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what they're going to decide. It's going to be definitely, like you said, a team decision. But I would say, based on the example of Saquon earlier in the season, saying, let the young guys eat, I think is what he said, or go players. So, right? He said, let the young guys eat. He is going to be what do you guys think? Like, he's not going to just be the only one deciding this. I think he is going to incorporate the team and see.
Which, honestly, I think complicates it even more.
So
I think if it was a one-man decision, it'd be a little bit easier. It's like, okay, we're going to do this. And like Slim Charles said, if it's a lie, we're going to fight on that lie. Like, you may not agree, but damn it, this is the plan. Right? Now you got 53 opinions coming.
Right. But no, if they do it, they do it. Not just the first half, Martin.
I get it, but you got...
What's up? Jinx?
If Saquon did get to play and he broke Dickerson's record, does that change your mind about him becoming the MVP of the league?
Well,
I'd say no, because there are 2 teams in this conference better than his.
Ooh, good point.
That would be like, but to the point, that's why I think the whole conversation is stupid, because Saquon ran him all the way to the 2 seed. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what do we, like, we just ignore the NFC entirely. Saquon ran him all the way to the 2 seed, won a game, quarterback out with concussion, loses that quarterback. 167 yards. Give it to me. No problem.
I think he does become the offensive player of the year.
I think that's locked up.
Yeah. Like that. I think that does happen if he breaks the record.
Another thing that drives me nuts while we're on the topic of this.
Let it out.
The offensive player of the year, if not MVP runner-up. Offensive player of the year is the player in the best offensive season, most impactful offensive season. That's Saquon Barkley. He was the best free agent pickup maybe in the last 15 years in the NFL. Saquon Barkley was, and he deserves to get some recognition for that.
Martin, we actually have sound of Saquon talking about this record.
I'm not, overly trying to go get it. I'm not scared of it. Like, I would love to, but at the end of the day, also we got bigger things that we're focusing on, and we're able to clinch the division right here. Whether it's we play next week or not and rest, I'm fine with that too, because I didn't come here and sign here just to rush for 2,000 or break a record. I want to do something special, meaning special with the team.
He corrected himself. Something special with the team, because it is special. What you're doing is special.
No, absolutely. There's only been 8 people in history of football to run for 2,000 yards. He's on the list now.
Yeah, 9, I think. I think he's 9. No?
Is he 9?
Maybe he's 9. But doesn't matter. The point is,
there used to be only 8 people who had ran for 2,000 yards in an NFL season. Now there's 9. No. He's on the list. There you go.
He's on the list. There we go.
Take 2.
Yeah, we can just chop it up in the podcast. So he sounds right. Yeah. He should do it, but he might not. They might not.
He should do it, but he might not.